Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite Switch eShop deals that are coming in under $10 or your local currency. Now here we cover eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. If you want the more expensive deals, go check out the Saturday edition. That one is any price goes. I'll link that in the pinned comment down below, but otherwise hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So there was a nice chunk of deals this week, but I decided let's focus just purely pretty much on new all-time low prices. So today, the first 3 games you see, they will match their all-time low price. The rest of the list then, that's 15 more games, they are going to be at all-time new lows. So kicking us off for the week, we've got Blasphemous. It's back with 60% off, and if you like the idea of a Metroidvania with an extremely gothic design, this is the game for you, with some solid platforming and then a whole lot of hack and slash. Really enjoyed this one. Its visual design just makes it stand out. The world is just interesting as well and grotesque even at points, and then the challenge, this one for sure doesn't, hold your hand or hold back, and you need to go in ready to demonstrate some patience, especially with the game's like upgradable skills and boss moments. They are going to be a real struggle. Then going under, this one definitely lights the mood a little bit, or at least in the visual department it does. It's actually a dungeon crawler with this fantastic sense of humour, and the story is, well, it's set around a world of new startups, but if they fail, they sink into the ground creating these dungeons. Your job basically get in there, get some loot and recover some of the debt and cash that is owed. It's rocking 50% off though, and the combat contained, it is solid, and this was actually another win from Team 17, who have been on a real roll recently. So Party Hard 2, and the best way I guess to describe this one would be kind of isometric stealth game, but the idea is definitely out there. Basically you play this sociopath who hates parties and knives, and it appears just a general population, so you're basically out to kill everyone. These people as well, not exactly nice the majority of the gameplay honestly, but it's a fun one as you can go all out and just kind of hope for the best, or set traps and use some brain power. It's a good looking game as well though, and it's kind of washed in neon, and it's currently 50% off. Okay, so as I said, all 3 of those, they match the all-time low price. Now the rest of today's list, all of them new all-time low prices, and we'll kick it off with Fury Unleashed. It's a roguelite adventure. It's a fun kind of run and gun experience, and it's at its best honestly when you play local co-op, as you just blast away anything in sight. It's got an interesting story then as well. It's all presented in this comic book fashion, and then think 40 bosses to kind of defeat, as well as multiple difficulty modes to face. There's just a lot of game here for your cash with 53% off. Ageless then is a game I didn't love honestly. I reviewed it here on the channel. I gave it a slightly above average, a 6 out of 10, but with this current 67% off, it's a whole lot easier to be forgiving. It's a Twitch platformer. It's channeling titles think like Celeste, but nowhere near as good. For me, it tries to do a lot of things, but it never feels kind of special, never feels unique. That said though, you played all the other options out there, then maybe it is worth a shot. It definitely has some highlights as you kind of progress through it, just not quite as frequently as I would have liked. You then is a game I haven't thought about in a long time, but it's here with 80% off, and this is now, it's an oldish game, 2019, but it's a super unique one. It's using colours as part of its kind of puzzle mechanics. I would watch a full review on this one honestly, but essentially you set out on a mission to save a mysterious woman, as this world is like devoid of colour as you can see, and that should not be the case. Not a difficult game though this one, but I enjoyed my journey through its world, and I actually really like the hand-drawn style they've gone for. It definitely looks kind of, not perfect. It's definitely got some rough edges, and it definitely works for the game. So keeping this one quick now then, but the original Dragon Quest Trilogy, it's on sale with 35% off of each game. They do increase gradually in price though, so I'll be breaking that down above, but these are classic JRPGs that are mostly just direct ports of their original releases. So, basically don't come here looking for modern mechanics, come here for some good old school like RPG goodness. They absolutely though still show their quality this many years later, and they are absolutely just worth a play for any fan of the genre. Rise Race the Future then finally sees a new all-time low price with 40% off. It's been a long time honestly for this one to drop again, but this is for you arcade race fans, as it not only throws you into some incredibly epic looking cars, but it will have you racing across different worlds, and they can even turn into hovercrafts to go over water mid-race. What I really like with this one, it's actually the physics engine they use as you switch from race mode to hovercraft mode. It kind of does as well with the physics. They definitely handle differently, and I really absolutely like that. It keeps the racing exciting, and you're going to need to kind of adapt to win. Strategy fans then, Peaky Blinders Mastermind. It makes its first sub $10 appearance, and yeah, strategy fans, it's a TV licensed game, never normally a good thing, but this one is surprisingly good and surprisingly unique. Set around this timeline system, it's about working out movement in unison as you often control multiple characters, and you essentially use them to solve these more kind of unique puzzles. Watch a full review, I'll be linking mine down below in the pinned comment, but for me, it is well worth this 60% off. Blue Rider then is here with 75% off, super budget, and this one is an absolute hidden gem if you like your shmups. A vertical shooter for the most part though, it's got great 3D visuals, 9 stages to face, tons of enemies, bosses, power-ups, all the good stuff you'd go in expecting. It even then though has some real nice accessibility options kind of regarding difficulty, so while it's not an easy game, that's for sure, it is at least accommodating enough that I would recommend this one to newcomers of the genre. You should be able to face it, enjoy it, and then you can kind of ramp things up as you get comfortable. Kill It With Fire then, I wouldn't call it a good game honestly. It's repetitive, it's extremely dumb, it even has frame rate issues, but the nature of the game almost like makes all of this work, as it feels very much like a B movie, kind of like a so bad it's good kind of scenario, and the idea here is entertaining. You know, it's basically small sandbox locations and you go on a rampage of killing spiders with just all sorts of crazy weaponry. As I said, it's not going to be winning any awards, but you can't question it on the on the creativity front. 50% off though, it marks one of the game's first ever sales. Space Crew then, I actually enjoyed. It's a sequel to Bomber Crew, which was incredible. This one didn't quite receive the same reception. You feel, I'd say, a little more disconnected from your crew. Honestly, you kind of direct them about. Battles as well, they can be a little drawn out. You're not very involved in them, but if you like your strategy, it is a fun one with a solid sci-fi setting, and it's really all about just like system management, course direction, and then also crew management as well. That's probably my favourite part of the game. It is a hard game though as well, and you will get plenty of hours of gameplay here for your cash with this 50% off. Caveblazers is up next then, and this is another hidden gem in my opinion. It's rocking 86% off, so a monster discount. It's an action platformer roguelite, so yes, head here expecting just a ton of challenge from it, but I like the pixel art kind of old school style. It has procedural generation that keeps things, you know, feeling fresh, and then naturally as you do progress here, expect a whole lot of kind of loot, weapons, and just expect equipment to experiment with. It even has then daily challenges just to kind of give you an excuse to keep on coming back. Golf with Your Friends then is my personal pickup of the week. I've been meaning to grab this one for a while now, so I'm finally jumping in with this 50% off. I've actually played quite a bit of this one before, just never actually added it to my library. It's basically though mini golf, so it goes all out there with their kind of weird different like themed courses. There's power-ups, there's free gameplay modes, but I do know a few people that play this game and they love it, and it supports up to 12 players online. And yeah, I just think it's a good game to, you know, have a few beers, chill with your friends, and yeah, that's a good evening in my eyes. So our penultimate game of the week then, and that is Hotshot Racing. This one is an arcade racer through and through, presented in this low poly style, and that just instantly worked for me. There's some great tracks in here though. Online is a blast if you know others with the game to play with, and it's one of those games I wanted to race for, let's say, an hour, and 3 hours later I'm still sitting there playing it. Some people, they're not gonna like the rubber banding the game uses to force catch up when there's a big lead, but for me that's kind of all plays, you know, it just plays into the nature of the genre arcade racers, and this 50% off, it's getting an easy recommendation from me. So our final game of the week then, and that is the mighty Dicey Dungeons. I picked this up myself in a prior sale. I actually regret sleeping on it for so long because it is, like many say, a small piece of genius. First, the visuals, I love them. It's an old school vibe to it, gives me kind of Cuphead feels, just love the way it looks. What's going to keep you coming back though here, it's going to be the gameplay. This is a deck building roguelike in the vein of Think Slay the Spire, and yeah, you'll be battling it out, you'll be finding loot, you'll be leveling up, and eventually you'll be trying to take out Lady Luck. With 6 playable characters then though, this one's just all about rolling the dice, and it's as addictive as it sounds. This one though, in my opinion, it's an absolute steal with 40% off, and like many of the games on today's list, it's the first time it's appeared sub $10. And that's it, another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week, or are you holding onto that cash? With that, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.